Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Magus here today with a review of Dead Effect 2. Now, you must be wondering, why did you make that rhyme so well? And why are you back after 3 years? Well, I feel like it's time to get back into the reviews since I really like doing them, but I was just having a lot of issues with finding like the correct editing software. And nowadays I'm in a better place. So I think it is time to return and come back. And with that out of the way, it's time for this review. Dead Effect 2 is a first-person shooter zombie game. It's a looter zombie game actually. You get different weapons of different rarities. It goes up to mythical instead of legendary. They actually swapped purple and gold for some odd reason. I don't know what they were doing at Badfly Entertainment, man. I think the Czechs were having a couple more beers than usual, and they were like, ah, shit, let's just change it up. Let's just change up the order of the rarity system. But you know what? To each their own. I think it's fine. It's a little weird at first, but you get used to it. Another thing that I really love about this game is that this grinding aspect to get to 20 level 20, get all your weapons maxed out, and it's just a good feeling to get the right weapons and have that great loadout with the best armor. It's always fun to do something like that, and I think Dead Effect 2 does this very well. Now, the base combat I think is fantastic. Dead Effect 1 also had amazing base combat, and we'll get to that in another video, but I think it's very well highlighted in the Biohazard mode where it's wave survival. There's also a survival mode which is just plain survival, but I wish Biohazard had more to go on top of it. I wish the bosses were more randomized, and I wish the waves weren't as repetitive, but it's a 5 wave system, and I just wish it could be implemented better. Now, the next thing that I think is really cool is the campaign, but it's a little bit mixed, and there's some reasons why. I think the campaign's fun to play through, and I think there's definitely some fun zombies and other bosses to go across. The boss battles are actually pretty good, and I overall think it's very nice. And then there's a paywall for a final DLC, or well, the third chapter of the game, the third part, if you will. And the first two parts are very fun, but the third part wraps up the story and then throws all this new stuff at you, like new enemies, new zombie types. We'll get into this. I'll do a DLC review later of Escape the Meridian. But for now, the first two parts are pretty fun, but they have combat soldiers like the Milsim, Delta Force, whatever soldiers, and they have like uh, these cyber spies, sorry, cyber assassins, too, and they just are invisible, and they just run around and be stupid, and the AI is also stupid on the just normal dudes, and I think it's just a problem in zombies in general. Every zombies game, they're always like, you know what we could one up the game with? Let's just add in like normal milsim soldiers into the game. That won't mess with the combat, and it does. It messes with the combat incredibly. Now, speaking of combat, the weapons that I've talked about are very fun, but there's only one problem. Actually, two, if you really want to consider. But the main problem, I feel like the reloads are very hit or miss. Some are good, and a lot of them are really bad. And they're also very slow. And just upgrading the gun so that they reload faster is just such a great idea. And another problem is that the automatic weapons really lack power over the one shot, like kill kind of guns. Snipers, shotties, melee weapons, grenade launchers, everything's very powerful. Then you use these assault rifles that can only kill like 4 baddies, 3 baddies with like 1 mag, and it just feels very underwhelming. Especially in Dead Effect 1, it is a little bit better, and now it's a little worse. But overall, I think Dead Effect 2 is a great game. And I think there's a couple more things I should touch on. This was originally a mobile game. Yeah, once you go through the specs and the systems, and the graphics and everything. They ported it very well to PC. I don't know about PlayStation or Xbox, but PC they did a great job, and it doesn't feel as much as a mobile game. Yeah, sure you can't jump, but I think it's very well done. It really is, and overall it's a great game. I've been having so much fun with it. I've been putting in, I have like 20 plus hours in the game, and I'm still enjoying it. Now for my final thoughts and conclusion. One more thing I wanted to state, and since we're going with the no-cut editing style, Magus put it in right now. Alright, so there is they make your main chick, who we'll talk about in the Escape to the Meridian DLC. I think the story is more important to talk about than the story is kind of irrelevant, but she they animated her nipples for some reason. I just needed to get that out there. I don't know what they're thinking, but hey, they did it. Oh, what am I gonna do? Anyways, final thoughts. I picked it up for $3 and when it was on sale. I think it's $10 normally. I think this game is definitely worth a buy. It's a great pickup. You're supporting a Badfly Interactive, which is like a kind of like an indie dev if you want to think about it, because they're mobile games. Small company, and I mean, why not? It's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I paid for the full price DLC, and I'll come back to do another review on the DLC since I really enjoyed this game. I can't wait to see what they're doing with Tau Ceti, their newest game in creation. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace.